Hi guys, welcome to Robin Hood Diaries this evening. As previewed, as promoted, tonight is the big rivalry, the big showdown between LIZA and Diana, Miss Ross. I'm a little bit biased here because, as y'all know, I consider Miss Ross royalty of sorts in the adjective sense, obviously. She's not royalty, obviously, really. I did a show on her the other evening, so we all know how I feel about Miss Ross. But I am going to be objective because this is a long-standing debate. Every queen in town has fought this with me. Okay, so I used to write a column, a piece of a column. Jackie gave me a piece of a running column, and then I got my own columns in other magazines. This was during the draggy period, so we're going to go into that show, I think tomorrow, about how I ended up in drag writing for magazines. Should be an interesting show. So let's get down to it. And I'm going to say Diana, although Miss Ross, I don't mean any disrespect. Just for easy. Okay, so this is actually about an award that Miss Ross never was going to get anyway. Never. Diana was not going to get this award. Let's go into the reasons why. Some of them are obvious that we've heard a million times over. Others maybe are not so obvious to some folks. So, the obvious one that has gone around is that Berry Gordy over-promoted her to the Academy. Now that's kind of hard to say because, you pass gas and the Academy gets turned off, And the other thing about the Academy, with all due respect, is they don't see the movies. Who didn't see Cabaret? How many Academy members in that category do you think went and rushed out to see Lady Sings the Blues, a 2.5-hour movie starring a black woman? This is 1973, let's not forget. We'll get to that later. Not a lot of those Academy members saw that movie, okay? Let's just put it out there. Everyone and their mother and their mother's great-grandmother saw Cabaret, okay? Biggest thing ever. When Cabaret hit, it was, Joel Grey. Let's not forget some of the people that made this film. I actually read recently, because I love this debate. And somebody said, yeah, but it's so powerful, especially relevant to the times. And, when he sings, what is it, that Nazi song, I should know this, belongs to, the future belongs to me, or whatever. What? We're talking about Diana Ross's acting performance. Okay, so this is kind of another one of my points. So, okay, yes, Berry Gordy was a record producer. He didn't know what the hell he was doing with movies. So yes, he promoted it like a record. He over-promoted it. He shoved it in people's faces. He didn't know what he was doing. And yet, as bad as Berry Gordy is and was, he was also a genius. I don't like the man, but I can't deny it, It was his idea. When she left the Diana Ross and the Supremes, their last show in Vegas, listen to the album, it's pretty interesting. What she says and kind of the dynamic going on in Vegas that night, their last show. Then he puts her in a record where on the cover, she is dressed like a homeless boy eating an apple with short hair. Now this is the absolute antithesis to the Diana Ross that we all knew. Stroke of genius, in my opinion, in terms of reinvention. Madonna, prides herself on the queen of reinvention. Not Diana as a point against that, but just, no, I don't think so. You're not like the be-all and all Madonna, okay? I was gonna say love you dearly, but, okay, so let's see, reinvention. Okay, so he did this reinvention with this album, which completely flipped everything, flipped the paradigm on Diana. I think that Berry Gordy had his sights set on Diana being a movie star long before, this push. I think that he had it in mind long ago before this. And when he did that switcheroo, completely upending her image with that album cover, I think, again, this is where he was going with this, but he was a record mogul. He knew nothing about the film industry, where he was at, what he was dealing with, the contenders, how the Academy thinks, what turns them off. Turns them off. I mean, I have seen actors and actresses promote themselves to death as their public relations people that never got, tagged for over promoting, but okay, whatever, 1973. Let's keep this in context. She was never going to win this. And then people have attributed this to so many different things. One of the ones that drives me crazy is that they say, well, Cicely Tyson and Diana Ross canceled each other out. Okay, whoa, wait a minute. We had Maggie Smith. She's a walking Oscar. She was destined to get an Oscar or 3 at some point, which I think she might have, but whatever. She's Dame Maggie Smith. Liv Ullmann. Okay, good actress, but she plays the same woman in every movie. Hello? I mean, no, I met Liv Ullmann at somebody's house that's in my book. You really need to read chapter 10. But anyway, so then we had Cicely Tyson. I think that was it. Yeah. Correct me if I'm wrong. So they say that Cicely and Diana canceled each other out. What are you talking about? Yes, All About Eve, Ann Baxter and Betty Davis, they cancel each other out for virtually scientific reasons in terms of canceling each other out with Academy voting. What are you talking about? Cicely Tyson and Diana Ross canceled each other out. Why? Because they're black? Okay? I'm not speaking for the black community, but I got some tread in this game. See my other shows, whatever. So, you can't cancel each other out by ethnicity. That is disgusting. That argument is disgusting. Okay, so we've been through the contenders. Now we got Diana Ross. Lady Sings the Blues is not a very good script. It's not necessarily a very good movie. I'm not a huge fan of Billy D. Williams or his performance in that or Mahogany, and yet, I adore the films. Very mediocre script, I will give everybody that. Very minimal character development, Richard Pryor. It's kind of like they're peppered, but you don't really see kind of an evolution of the character. Well, it's not about the piano player, it's about Billie Holiday. Okay, so, and Diana was given what? She was given, like what? 2 songs. One being, oh, good Christ, I can't, me of all people, right? So she's given Good Morning Heartache. So she's given Good Morning Heartache, she's given My Man, which has been done by Streisand and Everyone and Their Mother. Hello, Liza was given what? 1,500 numbers, all choreographed, all by Bob Fosse. Joel Grey pushing the message and the whole spectacle alone. This is a Best Actress category. Now, yes, Diana won a Golden Globe that year for a debut performance, is what they call it now, which was Best Newcomer back then. Newcomer to movies. Okay, I'll give her that. Give the Academy that. Very little I will give the Academy. So she's in this mediocre script. She's got 2 songs, and she turns out a effing brilliant performance. Okay, so let's go to Liza. Now, first of all, Liza was the daughter of Hollywood royalty. I don't mean to be throwing these reasons around, but let's just take it, for the sake of argument. Liza's father was Vincente Minnelli, just completely massive. I mean, I'm like honors in film theory and whatever. So there's that royalty. Then there's Judy Garland. Judy Garland is a goddess. We all worship at the temple of Judy Garland. Judy Garland never got a nom. I don't think she got a nom, but she certainly didn't get an Oscar. So the Academy, being who and what they were, just leaned into this royalty that Judy never got it, Vincente and Judy, and here's Minnelli. I think LIZA may have been nominated for the Sterile Cuckoo, I don't know. But it was just all working against her from the beginning. How do you compete with the biggest movie at that time of all time? But you've got Bob Fosse, you've got, you know, all this other stuff going on. And then the message of the film, how does she move that message forward? It's the script. It's Joel Grey. It's not Liza Minnelli. Okay, so let's get to acting. Trying to move it along here. Tell me, if you take out the choreography, the singing, the dancing numbers, the, you know, unparalleled, you know, sound, you know, the unparalleled soundtrack, okay, to the film. I mean, there's everything working in favor of Cabaret. Yes, it's well written, but that's not the point. The point is, the point of Best Actress is not its relevance to the times. It's not the other people in it. It's not the great songs. It's not the great choreography. It's actress, Best Actress. Okay, so Liza's performance. Cabaret was the first movie I ever saw. And I, of course, worship Cabaret. Liza Minnelli as an actress is good. She's not great. Watch the film as an actor, okay? There's indicating going on. There's sort of an awareness of being filmed. The eyes well. The expressions are so expressionful. She's good. She gets the moment. She had her character bragging about her green fingernails and everything. Okay, now we've got Diana. She's thrown, you know, booked and thrown in a rubber room in the very beginning of the film where she's like blowing, I mean, she's blowing people away from word one. Okay, so that's the beginning. That doesn't win her an award, but here's how we start. Okay, and then, you know, her performance across the board with the LYNCH scenes, and she sees that and travels across the country and comes into contact and all of these struggles that Billie Holiday went through. It may not have been interpreted correctly. It may have been a very mediocre script, but look at her performance. Does she look like she knows she's being filmed? Is she in character? Look at the scene in the bathroom where she is detoxing off of heroin. And she has that classic scene that has been redone 100 times with the putting on the lipstick and then the smearing of the makeup on the mirror, but not like Diana. I mean, I know it's been done before, but she is so consumed by Billie Holiday in that film. Consumption. I just think she gave a better performance. I know Cicely, I mean, I don't know her personally, but I'm familiar with her. Again, kind of one note. She's a superior actress, but it's kind of the same kind of character. Liv Ullmann, kind of the same. Maggie Smith, completely. Let's just take her out of the picture. Okay, so we've got Dorothy Dandridge, who I think was nominated, and certainly, and then Hattie McDaniel, who won, you know, the first one, or supporting, you know, whatever. I think they gave teeny Oscars. I don't know, whatever. So yes, Halle Berry won in 2001. Now, Diana was never going to win this award, people. And it's a tragedy. It's not a tragedy that she won Golden Globe. It's not a tragedy she turned in the performance of her life. Wait, now let's stop for just a second. Another reason that was thrown into this is because she's such a diva, or she acted like a diva, or she wanted whatever, she wants top billing. You guys, she's an African-American woman fighting against the world. If she wants to be a fucking diva, let her be a diva, okay? When you're in that position, you're fighting for an entire communities. Okay, it's not homogenous, African Americans, but I mean, be a friggin' diva. Please be a diva. Please demand yourself on the marquee as, you know, I mean, you know, there's all these stories about, like, you know, the Bodyguard and Ryan O'Neal and all the whatever, and that she lost it because she wanted top billing. Good for her, man. She's not Maggie Smith, okay? The struggle is real. Okay, so, fine. So she's a diva, whatever. It's ridiculous. She gave the best performance of all of those nominees. She really did. Foreign press recognized it, okay? Look at those acting performances. Take out the songs, take out the choreography, take out the brilliant director. She had, like, what did she have to work with? And she turns in that performance and she has virtually, like, little to nothing to really work with, and she can't even feature herself as a, yes, they say, well, she's saying My Man. She's saying, you know, whatever that other one was. That's all she had to work with. And she's playing Billie Holiday. Okay, but Cabaret was a massive Broadway hit. It had been played, I think, Jill Hayworth, I don't know, 3-4 times before the movie. All great performances. I mean, I've seen clips and I've listened to all the albums, of course. Okay, so let's get to the final point. She was black. This was 1973, you guys. 1973 was not the year for a black woman to win Best Actress. Was never going to happen. Was never going to happen. Halle Berry, 2001, yes, we were, you know, y'all were due for your Oscar, long overdue. Dorothy Dandridge, what the hell happened with that one? So it wasn't a time for it. It was never going to happen. Look at societally, how could that possibly have happened? Angela Davis was on the FBI's most wanted list 3 years earlier. You think they're going to do that? With Angela Davis on the FBI most wanted list? Now again, African Americans are not obviously homogenous. There's no comparison between Angela Davis and Diana Ross. But societally, mindset, academy, dynamics, Barry Gordy, being a record, you know, he didn't really know what he was doing. These are no reasons why she didn't deserve the Oscar, because she turned in the best acting performance. She didn't have Bob Fosse, she had Barry Gordy. Anyway, I've been keeping you guys way too long on my shows. I'm gonna let you go now. I tried to make this pop a little with my enthusiasm for Miss Ross. And there you go. There's a scattering of multiple debates as to why she didn't get this award. And I think it boils down to the latter. Unfortunately, it took us 50 years to learn that lesson, or what? 30 years, 40 years, whatever, 30 years, I don't know. Okay, thank you. As always, you know how I adore you guys, how you make my day, how I look forward to sharing with you, and thank you for putting up with me. And I will see you tomorrow. I might do a follow-up on this because I talked about the writing and the columns and the magazines. And by the way, what the point of that was, I did a column and I mentioned this. I wasn't assigned Cabaret as the piece. It was film reviews of older films. Honey, there was this guy that got so pissed off at me about this. It got to the point where he actually literally like made mention of meeting me in a dark alley and what he would do to me over this. So anyway, I'll say goodbye again. I love you all. Take care. See you soon.